It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we'll see DeAndre Swift. It was a nice performance in his last outing, almost 170 yards on the ground. It's the Eagles and the Vikings on Thursday night.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. As the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdowns. Make no mistake about it. He was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
To throw at the outset, here's Hurts. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Dean Lowry collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing a tone for this one.
Now a man picked up on draft night this year, DeAndre Swift. A limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. We take a peek at the list of inactives for this week's game. And, gosh, this early in the season, Charles, injuries already accumulating for this squad.
You got to wonder in this organization, they just saying to themselves, well, hopefully we're just getting them out of the way early so we can make a late season push when we have everyone back. It certainly feels that way, the number of injuries they've had already.
The play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Well, 3 and out to start the game would have been a real disappointment, so this is a nice job of finding something you think will work and executing it. And they're able to keep this opening drive going.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. 1st down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Yeah, pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. That's to the speedster, Olamide Zaccheaus. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Charles, Thursday night game. A lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
You look at this Eagle defense.
They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. There's some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this done.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Cousins. That is caught. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. They go play action. Cousins. And it's incomplete. Not the warmest starts throwing the football. He was 1 for 3, now 1 for 4 on the opening drive.
So getting him comfortable is the key. And for him, it might be different than what we think is comfortable. We're probably thinking swing passes, easy checkdowns. Some guys, they're better off throwing it downfield. That's what really loosens them up.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hunt will try going up the middle.
Well, just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. From the red zone now, Cousins to Jefferson on a slant. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Hunt is in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. And able to get this out to the 25. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Now, they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. But for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Back to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Greg Ward deep for Philadelphia. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And taken right at the 35. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they're way past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Now a give right side Swift. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and 1. Now Hurts on the option right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They go play action with Hurts. This to Arnold on the short pass. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. Hurts going to keep this himself. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. Throwing is Hurts. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Line of scrimmage, the 9. Second and about a yard. From the gun, it's Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown. Here's Watkins. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. Elliott good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. A 10-play drive that time. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And out now come the Vikings. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Cousins. Throw out wide is incomplete.
This defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, they allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On the return is Ward. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it will be Eagles football, first and 10. Jalen Hurts bringing the Eagles out for their next drive. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes, too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, the body types of the receivers are usually different. the way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
They'll run right here with Swift. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Brian Asamoah working his way in to pick up the sack. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better, had time to survey the field, and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Cousins. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
They'll throw again. Cousins over the middle and complete to Addison. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Cousins. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Vikings 1st down.
Cousins now. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On play action, Cousins. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. We get a look now at the Eagles class from the 2023 draft, and maybe we should start calling them Georgia North, partner. 3 more Bulldogs added to their defense, all of them at good value, too.
And I'll let you know that the GM doesn't let schools get in the way of good drafting. Remember, he went to Florida, big rival of Georgia, but he wants better players in Philadelphia. And defensive tackle Jalen Carter, pass rusher Nolan Smith on day 1. And then how about later in the draft? Quarterback, safety Sidney Brown. The rich certainly got richer in Philadelphia. Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. On first down, Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 36 yards on the play.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 22 more yards there, and another 1st down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed on that route. He's the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's got Smith here. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing there, and it's complete. Touchdown, Eagles! Dallas got his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then you also have to see the season unfold until they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. But first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. As far as the early games go in that 1 o'clock window, we'll be focused on that game in Nashville. A big one for the Titans as they'll square off against the LA Chargers. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the New York Giants. And finally, on Monday night, our first doubleheader of the year. Saints Panthers at 7:15 Eastern, followed by Cleveland-Pittsburgh an hour later. The Eagles got a solid first half from last year's MVP runner-up, Jalen Hurts. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
The run on first down gets them a couple up to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw, Cousins. No gain on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
And so many times they look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's Ward to return. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles to take over. They were victorious a week ago over Philadelphia. They lead here as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Wells Watkins with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Elliott good on the extra point. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now Cousins. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins swings this out for Hunt. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now 2nd and 3. Play action now. Cousins. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
To the air again, it's Cousins. To Jefferson on the sling. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down, and he is going to lose yardage here. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal. Now Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to draw that one free.
And this one is right through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted.
Automatic first down.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Again, it's Hunt, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And they're going to get it. They bring it in the 16-yard line. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get it. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Eagles to take over. They defeated the Patriots last week, now looking to make it 2 in a row here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Hurts sets up to throw it. He finds his man complete. It's Watkins. Here now a 3rd down and 8. Throwing is Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And
that's well executed there on third down. Now, I love the confidence that they have to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Hurts. Out route pass complete to Gunner. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
If Goddard doesn't miss 5 games last year, there's a good chance he gives Philly a third 1,000-yard receiver. Just getting better and better, now entering his 6th season.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 2nd down. Here's Hurts. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. Touchdown! DeAndre Swift. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. The partner, he has carried them in this ballgame throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air. And that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw is Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. A search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Cousins now. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. That's sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a second down and 4. Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
Fielded just inside the 20. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
And he's taken down right away at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
And the Vikings first down.
On the delay, here's Hunt. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Cousins on the throw here, caught by Addison.
And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Minnesota.
Cousins.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Incomplete. Darius Slay on the coverage.
Throwing. Cousins. Going underneath. He's got Hawkinson. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know.
There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings.
2 yards on the touchdown there.
And the Vikings get a bit closer. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here.
It's a little gusty in here.
Come on, dude.
As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it was T.J. Hawkinson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts.
The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football.
And Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
Dean Lowry able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
To throw, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Right where this set down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the 1st. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They go play action with Hurts. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Over the middle and complete to Addison. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
2nd down, Cousins. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now Cousins. Complete to Addison on the out route. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and a yard. Cousins to throw. Looking left side, he's got him in. That's Osborne. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's 1st down. Here's Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he is going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. Here's 1st and goal. Cousins. There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
The touchdown is huge, but the focus now is on the 2-point play. I don't want to say they have a cushion here, but if they don't get it, they still have a chance for onside kick.
Yeah, they would need some big-time help, but you're right. There would be a shot, but the focus right now on that 2-point conversion. Cousins will try and throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Hurts sliding out of the pocket. One thing that makes him so tough in these 2-minute drills, you got to take into consideration he's mobile.
And that's a big plus for him, but he also has to be careful with that mobility. Sometimes getting rid of the ball and stopping the clock is more important than running around and maybe taking a sack.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
You got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Right back to Swift again on second down. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And it is good! He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Eagles are going to win the football game.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid to take